All right, so welcome to our frequency boost call that we're going to have once a week. And today we thought it'd be fun for people to just outright be able to unmute themselves and ask Raphael a question. We'd love it to be in relationship to what's going on the planet, a universal question, a question that you have, a concern, something you're thinking about. So please start raising your hands and we're just going to play and see what comes forward. I thought it might be fun to pull a card while we're
I
doing
just
it.
want to say something on that real quick, Mom, that I'm going to be watching the participation thing. And so we please do ask that it is a universal question. That isn't a suggestion. That is a requirement, that it's a theme. It's something that could benefit everyone. And if the question starts to get too personal, I'll just mute you and ask you to ask again. All right.
Casey is hardcore. Good. Thank you, Casey.
All right.
Um, very good. And if you had raised your hand with a personal question, you can unraise it. Okay, super. But I thought maybe before we get started on those questions that we could pull a card. Does anybody have a card, a universal question for the cards? Let's see. La 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 la. Nothing? No, no, cards, no questions, Kelly. You're just shaking your head. I got nothing. Tell me what you want, my darling. Tell me what you want. Can't hear you. Tell me. I want to hear.
Just any card. Just pick a card.
Just
Any card.
pick a freaking card
Yeah,
already.
where
Pick
are
a
we at
card.
energy-wise today? That's a good one.
All right. Why is my husband? Oh, my dyslexia. That's what he said. Why is my husband always disappearing? He said, why is my hand always disappearing? Oh, that's a funny one. Okay, I needed that. I needed that. All right, that's putting some good energy into the cards, people. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, we got the golden disc card. Which is not, it is disentangling from entangled relationships, like clearing all those relationships that are tangled up and full of things that are no longer serving you. Just like cut the cord and let it go. So that may be really resonating for somebody. Okay. I read my husband too. That was funny. Ah, you're always getting that card, Val? Okay. Oh, energy. All right, let's do one card. Oh, we can, why don't we ask the energy for the next couple weeks with Raphael? That's a great question. Okay. All right, let's just channel. Enough. Mm. And please, like for those of you who are just getting on or trying to shift the time on the Sunday calls, I know Sunday is probably a great day for people because they're home, but it's also my day to be with my family. And I've been doing it for 30 years on a Sunday. So I'm trying to shift it. So if there's another day that works for you or time, maybe we'll take a survey and we'll see. All right. Mm. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, 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 hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. Ow, ow, Well, we are very delighted, as always, to be here and to attune to all of you and your energy. And we recognize that that is what we are always saying when we arrive. But there is such a clarity and truth in that, for we love being here and dropping into the field of this vibration as we share our love with all of you. And so, what is it you are wanting to talk about?
Hi, Raphael. So today we're going to have other people ask questions, but I thought that we'd start first with a question about the energy for the next couple weeks. We have the election coming up, and I know that we all have our visions of what is right for the presidential election in the United States. So how can we hold the energy to create the highest outcome for the greatest amount of people?
Oh, you can rest. It is as simple as that. For the energy has great potentiality for chaos, and there is a great wanting to infuse chaotic energy to create even more division and more polarity, like an injection into the entire energetic field of that country, of that space. And so, as much as you are able to let go of the outcome and the need for it to be a certain way, in which you are fully surrendering to the unfoldment of what is taking place, and at the same time interjecting or sharing that in which you are seeing as the vision in whatever way you can, it is very important after that has come to a close to let go, not to be invested in the outcome, to be invested in the energy, and to place all of your attention there and worry and focus, but to be in a surrendering position so that the energy that will bring the most ease can begin to align energetically and begin to soften. And so, the much softening as you can bring to the field around this without becoming contentious or combative with anything energetically within yourself or around you will ripple through the collective. For the expectation of there to be violence or volatile behaviors, and the focus and attention upon that, of course, amplifies that reality. And so, a restful, peaceful, clear knowing and understanding that things will, in a very gentle and diplomatic way, come into resolution. However, it is that even with that, that in which will be unfolding, and yet it is still moving in many different directions, it will not remain. So, wherever it is that you think it should be, or however you think it will be completely nothing that you can see from where you are. For you are coming to a great close in your entire evolutionary cycle. And because of that, the way in which you have operated and the paradigm in which you have walked through this matrix is dissolving. And as it is dissolving, anything that is still feeding that particular way of being, whether you perceive that to be one way or another, in which case, from our perspective, in many regards, it is all part of the same, although it is cloaked in different dressings, will dissolve. And so the amount of time in linear time for that to come to a close is amping up, meaning that shift is really coming into focus. And so letting go into what you think and the paradigm of your beliefs and thought patterns and upbringing and decision making that is very solidified in your mind around the ideas of truth, that you give spaciousness for something to be seen beyond that in which you have always perceived it to be. And that through that surrendering, you become a loving witness to the unfolding of this play that may appear to be very theatrical and dramatic and may have highs and lows, and it may have villains and heroes, and all of the players will come into focus, and some will view the villain as the hero and vice versa. But it is that it is simply that. It is a mirage, and it has had its place, and it has been beautiful, and it has brought much growth and evolution, change for you as a nation. And simultaneously, you are outgrowing it. You are stepping into something else that is based in a different formation. And that formation will be birthed and will come to light through the process of what begins to unfold in coming months. But the complete understanding, as it may appear to be in the coming days and weeks, will very greatly shift and change in itself as the calendar changes into the new year. And so there are many unexpected twists and turns in this play. And it is that the ending may not be what is expected. And so do not get attached to the outcome, and do not get attached to what you think is the outcome when the outcome appears, for there is much to unfold in this drama.
Thank you, Raphael. And one follow-up question, which is, how might this be impacting us energetically, even if we're not thinking about it?
You are all thinking about it, even if you don't realize it, because it has seeped into the collective, and it is very much permeating the whole energetic field of North America. And when it starts to settle a bit, and these changes happen, there will be even more of this energy. And so we invite you to love your neighbor, love your family, love the opposite candidate in which you are in alignment with. Find a resonance of some potential seed of connection in which, through your own humanity, you recognize an ability to see the divine in another. And it is that through that you will find peace. And yet, to know that it is affecting you, because it is very turbulent energy. It is aggressive energy. It is intense energy. It is combative. It is volatile. And it requires a softening and a resting and a peacefulness. So simply noticing that if you are feeling that energy bubbling up within yourself and your personal relationships and around you, that it is also picking up on the energy that is passing through the fields within the entire energetic field around you.
Thank you, Raphael. So we're going to open it up to our first question. And I just want to remind everybody before that we get started that these are universal questions, questions about dynamics, questions about the universe, questions about the world. And so please go ahead, Virginia.
Thank you, Raphael. That was so beautiful. Your advice was to rest, and I'm having trouble sleeping. I've just been through 2 major hurricanes, and our community here on a barrier island in the Gulf is pretty devastated. But through that, I feel everything is going good inside. So my question is, I want my soul to take the lead on this. And what are some tips for helping me let go of the reins and let my soul take the lead? Thank you.
We want to recognize the feeling and impact of the winds and the water, and how that affects all of you on an energetic level. The water in particular on your planet is moving very rapidly, and an increase in the water and its movement will continue to amplify in the coming months, especially, and even into a few more years as it ramps up. This energy that is flooding and also that is desolate, meaning a great dryness and droughts of the polarity of water itself, as you will find an overabundance and a great lack simultaneously, is something that will propel many of you forward in shifts and changes of questions such as that in which you are asking in this moment to surrender. For there is nothing like that of the great force of nature and the elements to bring one's self to their knees, to turn to the divine, and for the divine to lead them on this path. The way to attune to that is to connect at most often possible with the presence of what is perceived in some of your languages as the I am that I am presence, or the higher self, or the divine itself, inviting it through simple meditation to arrive and stand before you as you recognize its energetic field and its essence, which at points of time is seen or felt as the soul. And with that, to connect as a cord of light between you and that presence as it rises above to see the larger and grander perspective of all things. May you stand and step into it, and through it, may you open your senses, your eyes, your ears, the understanding of what is perceived from that perspective in which you walk in the presence of the I am, that I am presence. And so, from a perspective of where it is that you are deep in the depths of what is unfolding, to surrender to that unfolding in the deep understanding and recognition of its divine purpose that is in alignment for you, but moving into and stepping into through conscious awareness and intent to be able to perceive from that presence will give you a view and a perspective that will allow you to find peace within through these turbulent times that you are all experiencing and shall continue to as the energy amplifies.
Thank you, Raphael. And so, just to be clear, we want to use we questions, not I or me. All right, thank you. Stephanie.
Yes, hi, thank you, Archangel Raphael. I have noticed in the just this year that the world is very different from what it used to be, I think all my life. And I am really trying to understand if the energies that are shifting our 3D into 5D are really this chaotic. And by what I mean is, yes, we've been in wars. Yes, we've had all sorts of weather crises. Yes, we've had all sorts of very chaotic elections. This is nothing different than that. But the intensity of the energies I have noticed is creating a lot of mental illness across the board. I see people who are unable to sleep. I see people who are immediately drawn to violence. I see people who are in a state of lack of awareness and a different reality, unable to process data in front of them, situations in front of them. I even acknowledge people in front of them. I am very confused by the changes going on this year in particular. And I wanted to understand if we continue to talk about the energies intensifying, but is this breaking down the mental health of everyone around? Is this part of the plan? I would like to understand a little bit more what is going on with the world.
It is that you might remember that during the eclipse, we mentioned that there would be the world before the eclipse and the world after the eclipse. And that juncture or gateway is going to keep appearing, and your world is going to continue to accelerate, to amplify, to shift, and to change. And some of you will be able to adapt to that change through the work that you are doing and the light in which you are intending to amplify, to open, to awaken to inside of you, in which you are making a priority, amplifying your light body and adjusting and calibrating to these frequencies, your focus. But there are others at this moment in time who neither have the resources or the understanding to necessarily dedicate their time to what is needed in order to calibrate to these energetic changes. And so they are aligning with the current frequency that is breaking down. So as you witness the breaking down of your systems and on an energetic level, if you are not able to transcend that within your own energetic field to calibrate to a higher octave and to move into the frequency in which you are transforming into, but are stuck in the process of the transformation itself, then the mirror of the vibration that you are witnessing on the planet will mirror itself within your own energetic field. And the breaking down inside, whether it be on a mental, an emotional, or a physical point, will occur for the forcing to pass through and to move through into this transformational state. That is why when this process on many levels, where I came to Kelly and arrived to begin to speak through her, and many energies were coming into the planet at that time during the harmonic convergence, we were sharing this message that this energy would continue to accelerate. And because of that, now so many people are hearing and attuning to the galactic beings, to the angelic realm, to many other dimensions. They are receiving information, and they're utilizing the vibration of these higher frequencies to align with them so that they can ride the wave of the energy of transformation that is taking place. And yet there is still a large portion of your population that has not received the impulse of that message or the ability to calibrate to it or to open their heart center to do it. And so they are going through what appears to be a much more difficult process in order to reach that other level on an energetic level. And so yes, you will see this, but you, as a being of light that has transcended many of those frequencies, meaning that although you may continue to drop into moments of despair or a feeling of mental confusion or physical illness or difficulty, that all of you are experiencing these shifts and changes, you're able to still continue to calibrate and begin to continue to ride the wave of these changes at a point in which you can still maintain some perspective, are the ones that we are asking to turn around and to give a hand to those perhaps that need a lift to pass through these portals and to pass through these gateways as they continue to arrive one after another, so that they can be pulled into this space in which they are able to recognize it without having to go through such difficulty. But that mirrored reflection of the breaking down in the mental mind and the inability to understand information is something that makes sense, because your systems based in these old ways that many of you speak of as the matrix are falling apart. And so one cannot assimilate the information because the information is scrambled. It is no longer operating in a way that it can be absorbed from the place in which it was before. It can only be understood from a new octave. And so you are going to shift rapidly. You are going through a metamorphosis process as a collective, as an entire species, as an entire planet. Your entire planet is ascending. It is breaking off. It is splitting off. It is rising into something that has never happened before. You are giving literal birth to an entire new reality. And so, if you are not able to assimilate during that process, you will find yourself going through deep, difficult times. And it is those who are able to assimilate these vibrations that are being invited and asked to support in the best way possible those who may need a helping hand through this transition. Simultaneously, there will be those who simply won't be able to calibrate to these vibrations and they will leave their body. And there is nothing negative about that. They will simply transcend without the body, but most of you will make this transcendence shift with the physical body itself and with the earth as she gives birth to this new reality in which you are participating in as a collective. And so there is a wondering, well, when will this happen and how long will it take? And because it cannot be understood from the linear perspective, but from where we are, it has already occurred. And yet there is a witnessing from where it is that you are still in the midst of its change.
Thank you, Raphael. Very powerful. Natalie. Natalia? Am I saying that right?
Oh, sorry, was I on mute?
Yes, we
Hello,
didn't
can
hear
you hear
anything
me?
said.
Sorry.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. My question is with regards to the increased activity in the Aurora Borealis, known as the Northern Lights. Here in Northern Canada, we have been seeing them a lot more in the past couple of years, and we understand the scientific reason behind them. But I can't help but feel that there is a more spiritual meaning behind them. And is there anything that we can do when we experience them to send love and light to the world or enter heart coherence so that we can, use this frequency? Thank you.
Wow. It is that the coherent frequency within your heart is amplified by this energy and is sent as signals out onto your planet. There are many openings that are happening that are allowing the galactic families to arrive. And this is one of the ways in which they can share and appear and attuned to all of you. You are going to be seeing more of this as it will continue to amplify. And from your perspective, it is so delightful and quite magical, but similar in its nature to the amplification of the light that is emanating at this time from the sun in what you speak of as solar flares. It is affecting your entire electromagnetic body, its frequency, and it is turning on light and signals within your DNA to support you in the adapting to the changes that are occurring. And so there is nothing really that it needs to be done around any of this other than gratitude that it is there and it's appearing, and gratitude for its beauty and the recognition that it will continue, and this coherent frequency that you are mentioning to hold as it emanates out into those fields, and then those fields are perpetuating that light around the planet. Within them, however, and we know that this may be difficult to fully understand from this perspective, there are rays of energies that are amplifying particular masters that hold these particular vibrations that perhaps are being for one of the first times seen more in a way in which through the visual eye you begin to connect with them. And so take a look to see beyond the twinkling and this moving of the energy and the light, to notice if formations appear, beings appear, communication can take place. You can ride onto and attach to these energies and begin to create interstellar communication and contact through these this light, because these are gateways that can be seen, that are not normally seen, especially in particular locations that have been graced with this blessing before.
Thank you, Raphael. Sarah, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Sarah,
I feel like I should put my hand down if someone else wants to go, because I feel like my question's just been answered.
okay, if that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Elizabeth.
Hi, Raphael. I have a
Hello.
question. Hi, I have the question that in my spiritual community, especially, everybody feels so disconnected and lonely lately and almost depressed, and all these issues are coming up. And are we in a waiting time right now, not knowing what to do? And is this getting better because we're called to be in community and it doesn't happen right now?
You are really in a deep state energetically of cleansing. And this is across the board. And the water is helping with this. And we recognize that there can be a deep sense of despair, but we encourage you to connect as much as you can. There are needs at times to go into isolation, hibernation, to be in a state of aloneness in order to process some of the energies that needs to be processed on a deep, profound energetic level in order for you to transcend it. And at other times, it is something that you can receive in community and in connection. But it is of most importance not to give up hope or to worry that the way in which many on a collective level are feeling or what it is that they are experiencing is permanent. For you are in the depths of the bowels and in many regards, for there is a closure happening. You are closing out an entire cycle. And so this can be very intense. And if the work has not been completed up to date or hasn't really been delved into, it's almost like waiting to have a final exam to the last second. The procrastinators who perhaps haven't been able to clear a lot on a deep energetic level from lifetime after lifetime, and currently haven't perhaps necessarily been on this path of transcendence, may find themselves cramming it all in at the last minute before the cycle comes to a close and a new doorway is open, in which they find themselves needing to go into the depths and the bowels and the deepest recesses of their being for deep and intense clearing and transformation to occur so that they can make it through these processes. And of course, this is perceived and seen as something negative, but from our perspective, it is quite beautiful, for it is a willingness to feel whatever that is that one is feeling, even if it is depression or labeled as something upsetting or sad or intense or dark. For it is that through that the growth occurs, that the change takes place, that the shedding is taking a place. And so we invite you to recognize the beauty in it and move into gratitude for it, and also recognize that it is not permanent but temporary.
Thank you, Raphael. Sabrina.
Hello, everyone. My question is regarding the animals, because I know we're going through, we're all kind of ascending in our consciousness, and I was wondering how that was affecting the animals and how we can best work with them to assist them in their new levels of consciousness as well.
And they are wanting to befriend you more than ever. They are wanting to come into communication and into contact because they have so much that they hold on a beautiful, deep, and profound way to share with you, which is so needed on your planet right now. And so you'll start to see that animals that are not domesticated, that are in the wild, will start to come due to the change changes in the elements and the water and the fires will start to come more and more close to where you live, whether that be the mountain lions or the bears or the foxes or the deer or the coyotes. And as they come in closer to you, this is not by accident, for there is an energy exchange that is needed, for they are elevating within their own consciousness in order to receive some of the ways in which you are able to work together in community and your capacity to live and to shift things into a way that they are needing and will have to do in order to adapt to the changes that are taking place on an environmental level. And simultaneously, they have so much, of course, to share and to teach with you. And so communication, connection, interaction will become more intensified over the coming years with the animals as you will befriend them in ways that you haven't before, especially those that are in the wild, as you will interface with them and connect with them, and your ability to communicate telepathically with them and them with you as they are adapting to the changes that are in their environment and the recognition of how to interact with all of you. You will learn how to interact with them, and a beautiful exchange is taking place. And so, if you recognize the totems of beings of particular animals or birds that are coming into your awareness, pay extra attention to them and begin to open up your heart to the remembering of your ability to connect and to communicate with them. But just as much as they have messages to bring you and information and connection, you will be assisting them as well. For this relationship will be working in both directions. And there will be more domestication, in a sense, of some of the animals as you will start to come into stronger actual interaction and relationship with them, where you will need to perhaps assist them in what they might be needing that might be missing in their environment to support them. But through that, there will be such a connection and gifts that you will receive from them simultaneously. And so, this is something in the coming months and years that will become stronger and stronger and stronger.
Thank you, Raphael. Asha, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Kelly and Raphael. My question is about the wave frequencies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and um, telephone poles. I have been trying to avoid Bluetooth and Wi-Fi at my home, and it is pretty inconvenient. And my question is that whether these frequencies really affect us mentally, spiritually, physically, or is it just making enemy out of the things that are useful for us?
Ah,
So
Perfect
yeah.
question. Thank you.
Wow. These frequencies are very difficult for all of you and are having an impact on you. And you can see them as a negative impact on some levels. This is true, but you are quickly adapting to them because they are an integral part of your experience in which you've collectively chosen to bring them into your reality. And so you are adapting physically, emotionally, and mentally. It is that if you are able to live in communion with nature, in silence, in stillness, with the animals and the elements in the most expansive and beautiful, natural way, painting, writing, listening to music, drinking water, growing your food, playing instruments, all of that, that is a particular experience that is the optimal potential for you as a collective that you will begin to, many of you, step into in the coming years as many changes occur, and there will be much beauty in that. But simultaneously, that at this moment is not necessarily that in which you are all experiencing. And due to where it is that you are and that what you are experiencing, that if you are going to be in that space that we were speaking of, and then you were to re-enter into the soup of this energetic field, you would have a very difficult time adapting. So you are already adapting to this. And if you interact with the energy itself, with your intent around it and your use for it, and do not, like you say, make it an enemy, but a friend, your potential thought patterns and your relationship to it, your intention around it, and your connection to it is more powerful than it in itself. Meaning, that if you are able to take the time, just like when you take the time to love and to pray over your water and to interact with it, that its consciousness reacts to you. It is no different with the electromagnetic field itself and the energy that it emanates from it that can have a negative impact on the body can be mitigated through your intention of choosing prior to entering the Bluetooth into your head that, yes, has detrimental qualities, and especially when you are attaching the knowing of that to it, to have a communication, a relationship with it, and to speak to it and ask it to minimize the detrimental effects and to amplify the positive effects of the information or the energy that you're receiving from it, that perhaps you are listening to something that is elevating your vibration, or you are learning something, or it is convenient in a way that you can receive this information that you couldn't otherwise, and you can override those negative impacts. And so the power of your intention and your relationship to it overrides it in itself. And this is very true also for an example, your food. Of course, it is better not to use the Bluetooth. Of course, it is better not to eat a Twinkie bar, but it is better to connect to the Twinkie bar and to have a relationship, an interaction, an intention that it is nourishing you, that its field is shifting, and that which is within it, you are able to receive, to utilize as fuel, and to heal your body is more potent, more powerful than the negative effects of the preservatives of the Twinkie bar itself. That does not mean that you should not try to eat the wholest, healthiest food or remove yourself from the electromagnetic field or these things that are detrimental to you. But it is that if you are interfacing and choosing to interact with them, that it is your consciousness, your intention, and your relationship to that that is more potent, more powerful, and more able to shift and create within you what is needed for wholeness than that is external, giving it the power that it is hurting you from outside of self.
Thank you, Raphael. Kate.
Hi, Raphael.
Hello.
Hello. So, how do you recommend that we assist those who seem to have no clue at all about this 3D, 5D shift without triggering damaging cognitive dissonance and or breaking universal laws? And I'm talking about people who are, close to us and we want to remain close to them. And we want to help them when they are suffering either physically or with these drastic changes. But they only read the New York Times and nothing else. And so if they don't see it there, I'm just wondering if you have any suggestions for that.
Oh,
Like, do they even see the sun? That would be, I'm sorry for interrupting. Do they even see that the sun has changed?
oh, it doesn't matter. It is not up to you to change them or to show them or to shift them. but it is up to you to completely love them where they are. And it is the love that you can hold for them where they are without judgment that will create the shift in the transcendence more than anything that can be shown to them or given to them or spoken to them. And so it is their own journey to move through their transcendence, and yet who is to say through that judgment that where it is that they are and their perception of their reality of whatever that may be that appears different from one's own journey is somehow less than. And so there is not a need on an intellectual level to understand this transformation that is taking place from 3D to 5D. For you may find those who are deeply embedded in an old paradigm, an old construct, a perception or a way of being, may be changing too in the fact that you notice they're more open or more emotional or more loving, that their transcendence may be taking form in a different way that is not in alignment with the language that is utilized by many in their deeper understanding of these profound shifts. And so all that can ever be done or asked of you is to accept and to love fully and completely, unconditionally, where it is that they are, and hold your vibration to the highest level possible. And in that, simply being within the field of that frequency that you are holding of love, that will permeate their field in your presence. And whatever is needed or asked to shift within them through that will occur, whether it is that their perception that it is changing or not, or their understanding through the mind's eye is happening or not. It is deeply and profoundly occurring on a deeper cellular and molecular level in which their light body is opening and awakening.
Great question. Thank you, Raphael. Starina.
Aloha. Aloha, Angel Raphael.
Hello.
Hello. The sacred work that, from Casey and Kelly and the twin flame work is so strong and beautiful, and it's so timely for me, for all of us, I'm sure. So my question is, in doing this work, in this process, will our third eye vision be opened? And if not, what can we do to activate or open our third eye? Thank you.
There are very specific and profound processes and exercises to quickly amplify the opening of your pineal gland, and the download of the code of the pineal gland light code in itself addresses this, and the transmissions and frequencies in which I have already shared with you in that code, if listened to in a very short period of time, will completely open the pineal gland and support you in a new way of perception, synchronicity, magic, connection to the ascension timeline, and capacity to view things through your dreams and symbols in a way that is very profound, that hasn't been experienced before. If this has already been assimilated within your energetic field, continue reiterating it and listening to it as you fall off to sleep, especially as you go into the third eye, into the room, and the passageway in the room as the light begins to light up within the pineal gland through the processes we have shared with you. You will experience a shift. If this is a very potent time to revisit this material, because it will and is amplified right now, and is the energy that is most needed in order for you to operate from that perspective, as we return to the original question of how to follow one's divine or higher self, or I am presence, and to step into that presence, to surrender to that will, is to open the eye. And when we spoke of opening the eye, we meant the eye of the third eye, the pineal gland eye, that sees and perceives things from this perspective that is beyond your current understanding in your world, that allow you to visit and to view fifth dimensional frequencies. And so we can address this in a full class, if you would like, of all the processes needed, but can be visited in this original material.
Thank you so much. Asia? Ashia?
Hi, I have a question. So, in modern day life, we travel often. Should we be like striving to find a place to settle down, like you mentioned, and grow our own food, or is it okay to live in the way that we travel often? And also, with the changing waters, are there certain areas of the world that you would recommend living?
No. It is that you will be wherever it is that you are meant to be. And we encourage none of you to go somewhere specific out of a need to be safe or because you are afraid that where you are or you're trying to find the perfect place, because all parts of the globe on some level will be affected by these changes. And so, if in your soul moving around and being in different places is bringing you great joy, continue to do that in the deep trusting that you will always be exactly where it is that you need to be at any given time during these changes and unfolded. But if there is an alarm going off, a resonance in your body, a deep feeling, a sense of intuition that it is important to find a space, to get grounded, to get nestled in somewhere, to begin to grow your own food, to connect to the earth, to have that exchange with the earth, and to be in a community that is stable, then do that. There is no right or wrong way in this process, and there is no right or wrong place to be on the planet. There will be a lot of changes happening, both in the sense that the new earth will start to appear in different ways, as there will be some what you would call seismic activity and changes even in land masses. The elements are amplifying and will be shifting and changing, but you will always be guided to exactly where it is that you need to be at any given time, protected and safe, as long as that is your focus and intention. And even if you find the waters flooding where you are or drying up where you are, that is exactly where you need to be, because you are in alignment with whatever vibration is appearing for you for your highest growth at all times, although difficult to fully assimilate that. So there is nowhere to escape, nowhere to hide, nowhere to go, for you are all going to be exactly where you need to be. So go deep, deep into the recesses of your inner knowing and being, and ask the land to show you where to go. Ask the land to invite you to come home. And that home might be skipping around to many places, or that home may be very clear in an isolated place, or it may be in the depths of a city, for it will share with you, it will show you, it will light up, it will call to you. You'll come into resonance with it, and you will be there and stay there and connect to it until you feel a need deep, a pulsation, an alarm going off, inviting you to go somewhere else. As you attune back to your true nature, that similar to the animal kingdom, they will move and shift and change in their location depending on the resonance of the earth and the feeling and the sensation of what may be coming at any time. So it is only the guiding knowing and inner understanding that comes deep from the depth of your intuition that will guide you on your journey. And there is no place from an outside voice such as mine to tell you where to be or where is safe, for the safety is not in the external place in which you reside, but internally within your own heart. And so with that, for now, we are going to say good day. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I really appreciate you popping in, and thanks for your patience in the changing in schedule as we modify and get clear on what the best time and day is. And all these great questions. Thank you guys. This was really wonderful. You have anything to add, Casey?
No, I don't, but the questions are fabulous. So please bring them next week and really think about what is it that you want to ask an angel, and how can you ask a question that serves the collective the most, right? So thank you everybody so much for bringing these questions today. It was great.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. So appreciate it. Love you guys, and see you soon. See everybody else in class on Monday morning. And don't forget, if you guys want to get card decks for the holidays, this is the time. So love you. Okay. Bye, everybody. Take care.